This Epstein thing just keeps getting worse and worse for MAGA Republicans. Just the other day, Trump sent out that massive screed where he said that the Epstein files were a hoax created by Obama and Clinton and Democrats in general. And he straight up doubled down on that today.
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax, with all of the different things that we had to go through. We've gone through years of it, but she's handled it very well. And it's going to be up to her. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release, yeah.
And as MAGA influencers, the Hodge twins say, Epstein files equals Russia hoax. Dude, what the hell is he doing? And by the way, they're responding to Nick Fuentes being mad about this response. Nick Fuentes, a white supremacist. A white supremacist who was all in for Trump because he thought that he was going to be their white supremacist savior. And even he doesn't like these responses. Because yeah, guys, if he's saying the Epstein files and the Russia thing are both made up by Democrats, does that maybe give you pause and think, maybe the Russia thing wasn't a hoax after all? Especially considering how he constantly capitulates to Putin. Like, Trump is genuinely shocked that Putin is continuing to bomb Ukraine because he actually thought that Putin would do what he wanted. But their relationship has always been that Trump does what Putin wants. And let's not forget how connected Trump is to Epstein. Like, Epstein himself straight up said that they were friends for like a really long time. Mar-a-Lago was used by Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell to pick up girls and young women. Virginia Giuffre, a woman who died by suicide after the Trump election, she was recruited at Mar-a-Lago. Giuffre's connection to Trump's world was never ambiguous. In 2000, she was just 16 and working at Mar-a-Lago, Trump's exclusive Florida resort, when she was recruited into Epstein's circle. Ghislaine Maxwell approached her under the guise of offering a job as Epstein's traveling masseuse. What followed, Giuffre later revealed, was a nightmare of years-long sexual abuse and trafficking to rich and powerful men, including Britain's Prince Andrew. Which, let's not forget, that Prince Andrew is now free to travel abroad as the FBI ends probe into royals' Jeffrey Epstein links. And Michael Wolff, who was Trump's biographer and was going to be Epstein's biographer, he's seen pictures of Trump in very compromising positions. The Midas Touch podcast has been all over this since basically 2016, calling out Trump's perversions, and they recently shared this interview that Michael Wolff did on a different podcast.
Know that these pictures exist, and I can describe them. There are about a dozen of them. The ones I specifically remember is two of them with topless girls of an uncertain age sitting on Trump's lap, and then Trump standing there with a stain on the front of his pants, and 3 or 4 girls kind of bent over in laughter. They're topless too, pointing at Trump's pants.
Disgusting. Trump has been openly perverted his entire adult life. Like, I don't know why people keep forgetting that. Like, he bragged about walking in on his Miss Teen Universe pageant locker rooms. Like, hey, all you MAGA who don't want men in girls' bathrooms, are you not mad that the president would walk in on teenagers changing? And let's not forget about all the connections in his administration to Epstein. Like, RFK Jr. admitted that he was on Trump's flight. Trump's labor secretary in his first term, Adam Acosta, was, I believe, the prosecutor, and he helped Epstein get off, like, way back in the early 2000s. Attorney General Pam Bondi was the Attorney General of Florida from 2011 to 2019, and she absolutely refused to go after Epstein. Like, look at this. This isn't photoshopped. These are multiple pictures of Donald Trump hanging out with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell in all sorts of different scenarios throughout the years. Like, come on. You're not just accidentally friends with one of the most notorious sex traffickers of children. Like, that's crazy. He even wished Ghislaine Maxwell well in his first term when she first got arrested, and apparently he weighed pardoning her. Trump considered pardoning Epstein accomplice, feared what she could reveal, biographer claims, and then there's a picture of Trump and Melania and Epstein and Maxwell. Like, give me a break. And now, thanks to the release of that dumb DOJ memo that said there's nothing to see here on Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell is appealing to the Supreme Court to have her conviction thrown out. Donald Trump is a creep, and he protects other creeps. And if you don't believe me, MAGA, you can listen to his own words.
Trump, alongside daughter Ivanka and son Don Jr., joking about being a sexual predator.
You know about sexual predators and things like that. I mean,
You are one.
All right, I was going to say that. But it's
Soon. Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
I'm very famous in this video. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
What do you think of Lindsay Lohan, Howard?
I think she's hot.
There's something there, right?
Yes.
But you have to like freckles. I've seen a close-up of her chest.
Yes.
And a lot of freckles. Are you into freckles?
If the father's a wreck like the way he is,
Right.
you imagine the sex with this troubled
Yeah,
teen?
you're probably right. She's probably deeply troubled and therefore great in bed.
Back in the day.
How come the deeply troubled women,
Yes.
deeply, deeply troubled,
Right.
they're always the best in bed?
It would be really disappointing. Not really. But it would depend on what was inside the magazine. I don't think Ivanka would do that inside the magazine, although she does have a very nice figure. I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Oh, it's so weird.
I have never been so grateful for an ellipsis in my life.
You know who's one of the great beauties of the world, according to everybody, and I helped create her? Who? Ivanka. My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
Yeah, she's hot.
She's got Marla's legs. We don't know whether or not she's got this part yet, but time will tell. Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that. They're standing there with no clue. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women, and so I sort of get away with things like that.
In 2001, Tasha Dixon was Miss Arizona, competing in the Miss USA pageant. She experienced this kind of awkward moment firsthand.
Our first introduction to him was when we were at the dress rehearsal and half naked changing into our bikinis.
Dixon was 18 at the time and says watching Trump storm into a dressing room was shocking.
To have the owner come waltzing in when we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position, and then to have the pressure of the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him, get his attention. Who do you complain to? He owns the pageant. So there's no one to complain to. Everyone there works for him.
In 2005, 4 years later, Donald Trump bragged to Howard Stern about what he could get away with since he owned the pageants. The conversation uncovered by CNN's K-File.
I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it.
You're like a
Everything is
doctor.
good.
Later in that same show, Trump is asked if he'd ever had sex with Miss USA or Miss Universe contestants.
Never comment on things like that.
Give us the first letter of the country you had sex with.
How many letters are there?
This comes just weeks after Hillary Clinton brought up Trump's attacks on former Miss Universe Alicia Machado. Trump once described her as Miss Piggy and then told his Twitter followers to find her sex tape.
All of that video footage is from 2016 or before. All of this was publicly known, and MAGA, you chose to ignore it. Donald Trump feels entitled to women and girls' bodies. He feels like they are owed to him, and he doesn't understand why people are mad about Epstein because he doesn't see women and girls as people. That's what's going on here, MAGA. Open your freaking eyes.